Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Season 9, Episode 15. Chris, crikey, that weirdly seems to have gone quite quickly. So, where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, I thought this was a very slow, this one. You know, it was the usual hour format. Nothing amazing was going on the first bit. We got Tanyel chatting to Ron, and Ron again trying to justify his actions, Dave, and she's my type on paper, even tells Lana that. But I've got to say, Dave, bit of a fan of Tanyel. I do like the way she bigs the girls up and that sort of elevates them, because Lana's having a crisis of confidence because of Ron. She spoke to some of the other girls and she says, I'm getting upset for you. And you know what? That's really good. You don't see that a lot, especially in these type of shows. She seems to be more concerned with them than her own relationship, which I'll get onto in a bit, Dave. I mean, what did you think of her as a character? I think she's coming across really well.
I think was it yesterday or the day before? I think it might have been yesterday. I was saying I'm quite warm into Tanyel. She's been fairly in the background, fairly quiet, but then more and more you're seeing these little snippets where she is just having these good conversations. And I think in that first week she seemed a bit weird, didn't it? She went super jealous on Kyle, like from nowhere seemingly. But since then, I think she's come across really well. So I completely agree. I just think she's maybe just a little bit more reserved. And so it's taken her a while to get used to the environment and stuff and speak out a little bit more. So yeah, out of all of them, as much of a fan as I can be, of this lot. Yeah, she's on the better end of the scale.
I've got one thing I'll say, Dave. I've got to put my cards on the table here, and I know I'm not trying to speak for you, but I've had such a hangover watching this Love Island. I know it sounds like a broken record. I sound like a broken record, but I've made the mistake of watching Maths Australia episode 1, Dave. So when it came to this, I was like, yeah. I don't know. I'm not trying to think of it, but there was a little bit of drama today in this, which I was happy with. But that just sort of, I was like, my head's turning, David. I've got to say, my head was turning the other way.
You're like, wrong. We'll get on to him in a minute. But yeah, I also made the same mistake, and I was kind of intrigued. We talked yesterday about, the Ellie and Tom kiss. Surely there's going to be a fallout from that. And so that's what I was expecting. And then it was just a really, really dull, slow episode until right at the end. And then we'll come back to that in a minute, but yeah, it just felt like with Maths and episode 1, I don't like episode ones, Chris, but even episode 1 of Maths Australia was fucking bang on the money, and I'm like, I can't believe it, and so we will be recording our thoughts on that episode 1 a bit later, so there will be a follow-up. So those of you who are on the Maths Australia series, we'll be talking about that one as well. But yeah, we shouldn't distract from this, because Love Island does have its virtues, but I just think, and I've said it before, I just think that Maths Australia, for the drama, it is just head and shoulders above. And yeah, I'm not going to dwell on it.
No.
If you're not watching Maths Australia, you need to watch it.
What are you doing? No, but I'm getting back to this. You're right. It's not to take away from Love Island, because there's plenty of us who still love watching it. But I think with Tanyel, it's great what she's doing for the girls. But Kai, he's really, he's trying to lay it onto Sammie, Dave. And I said he's got the personality of an ironing board, and I still stick by that. I think he's got no chat whatsoever. When he's talking, it's very monotone. It's very like matter of fact. And whether it's because he's from Manchester and I can relate to the accent, I don't know. But it doesn't come across very sincere to me. And even when he's talking to Sammie, she's just humouring. She's not interested in him one bit. But again, he's acting like a little kid, because fucking, the Exorcist Ron, again, head spinning, him and Kai like two little kids, like, oh yeah, we're going to try and get it on with this girl. And it's just disrespectful. I know it's Love Island and they're not fucking married or got a mortgage or anything, but it's like, what is the game? Because Kai and Ron are going to go for the same girl, and one of them's going to be disappointed if she picks one of them.
Yeah. And just to clarify, it is the accent.
Yeah, probably is. It probably is. Cheers, Dave. Very good answer, that. No, very good answer.
I do think, the pair of them are a couple of fucking bellends, aren't they? Now, to be fair, Kai is a little bit of a better poker player than Ron.
Yeah.
You know, I'd said from very early on, apart from episode 1, Chris, where I was kind of a little bit fooled by Ron, but after that, the warning signs were all there that coupling up with Lana was part of a game plan. And I'm sure, in fact, Joe, I think, even called it out in that first episode. You know, so he's got his game plan and that's what he's sticking to. But little Ron is telling big Ron what to do.
Yeah, you know? Yeah.
And he can't fucking help himself. So that's what's going on there. So, yeah, just completely, he's now stuck, like I say, because of what had happened with Ellie. He's now stuck in the fact that, you know, he can't fuck Lana around again, but he fucking really wants to explore this, whether he's got a connection with Sammie. So, and he's trying desperately to do the right thing and not be perceived like this flaky, messy Ron that he is. But coming back to Kai that you were saying, yeah, he was better at holding it in yesterday, but today, you know, it's all kind of coming out. It's like, yeah, fuck this. I mean, I owe it to myself, really, to explore this connection. Chris, I can't recall a bombshell that has had all the lads swooning quite like Sammie has. I mean, she's got them all in the palm of her hand. She's basically got the pick of the litter, hasn't she?
Yeah, basically. And they're all just lusting, aren't they, Dave? It's that disrespectful to the girls in the villa. It's just sort of like, it's not just a case of it's the shiny new toys like they normally do. And that happens on both sides. You know, the girls are intrigued when a guy comes in and guys are intrigued when a girl comes in. But they've gone just downright disrespectful, pretty much all of them, haven't they, Dave? It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, Tom, again, he's there again. Kai, Ron, even Will's had a few chats, but they've not shown it. I know, like, when we've watched some of these podcasts, they say, like, we had a really good chat together and everyone does a bit of grafting, but it's the story the producers want to tell. But, yeah, so far, again, Dave, I stick by it. Most of the guys are fucking bellends, aren't they? Absolute bellends.
It's not a good advert for blokes. This show, anyway. But I think this episode in particular, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, guys, come on. So, yeah, there was no one really. I mean, what I would say is, though, fucking Aaron, the Scarlet Pimpernel Aaron, actually popped up. And he had a bit of a frank chat with Lana. Now, Chris, as much as I say I did kind of enjoy the episode, I think it fell short of my expectations, but that's more of a me problem. That's my expectations. I think so much of it felt really forced and set up.
Yeah.
So, like, the Aaron and Lana conversation felt set up. The Ellie telling Will, oh, I just want to tell you, I really want to keep this a secret, but I'm going to tell you, who's clearly not going to keep a secret.
Yeah.
Me and Tom had a bit of a kiss. Oh, right. And then the gold medal of setup was the fucking 4-way chat. So you had Tanya, Shaq, Will and Jesse. Yeah. And it's like, oh, let's have a bit of a 4-way chat. And straight away Will's like, oh yeah, well, I've got something interesting here. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, just try and hide it a little bit. It was so forced. It was such bad acting and set up. And then that all led to, well, let's go and tell Zara. But of course she's not going to tell Olivia, is she? And it's just, it felt really towy tonight to me, Chris.
I'm with you 100%, because it's not like Will's been, he's been told like someone's fucking robbed a load of money off someone or something, like something really serious he's got. That's probably a weird analogy like that. But something serious that, like, if you knew something about somebody in your family, like, I have to tell them. I can't keep this quiet. I have to tell them. Or a friend, you think, I know it's going to hurt them. It's nothing. And I'm with you. It's like, oh, I've got to tell you this. And I'm like, but nobody really cares. At this point now where you've got to make this shit up. And then Tanya, what I don't understand with all that, Dave, they do the whole thing. And Tanya goes to Zara, who's Tom's ex from the day before, who is still seething, even though she handled it very well. She doesn't like Liv. Is she really going to sit on that information and not want to tell Liv? Now, don't get me wrong, Dave. I'm dying to fucking see what happens with that. I'll be honest with you, because I'm like, I think Zara might be getting her fucking revenge here. But again, you're right. The whole dynamic, and then Tanya going, no, don't say anything. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure you've done it. I've done it. Someone tells you something, you don't realise it's in confidence. You just talk about it, and you've dropped people in it, or vice versa. I've got a couple of people I know, Dave, who you tell them something, and now I don't tell them anything because you pretty much know that leak is going to get out, Dave, no matter what. People just bursting for a bit of gossip. So yeah, I'm intrigued by it. You know, they haven't charmed me, Dave, but they have intrigued me. And again, is it going to live up to the hype of what this is? Because realistically, Liv's not with Tom. She even, Tom doesn't seem to read the room. She was saying she gave him the opportunity, like, to sort of get with her. I never saw that once. I never saw that at all, Dave. I didn't. I don't know what she was going on about, but I just thought that was nonsense. And even Tom was like fucking befuddled. But that doesn't take much with that fucker. But you know what I mean?
The lad is befuddled the moment he gets out of bed.
Looks good though, Dave. But so what? Yeah, I'm with you. I can't disagree with you. I felt the whole thing just felt so forced to me.
Yeah, I think underlying to it, there is something real as a nucleus going on there, but the individual scenes were clearly like the producers, right? You guys sit here. You've got to tell them, this secret and whatever. So it's such an obvious manipulation, but I've been giving Ron a hard time, mainly because I think he's been trying to hide it, how much of a flaky, messy fucker he is. But Tom is more blatant, and so I've not gone on about Tom as much, but I thought, fucking hell, out of all the boys, he comes off like, I'm all laid back and I don't want the drama. But you're leading on all the fucking girls practically in the villa. Yeah. So guess what? That's why drama follows you, you fucking idiot.
I love that.
Don't want drama. Fucking hell. So I thought Tom came off so badly because he was flat out fucking lying. Yeah. We usually see a softening of the truth, don't we? We see a little bit of, choosing of certain words to make things sound not as bad, depending on who the audience is, make them feel good about themselves. But he's just fucking flat out lying. He's interested in everyone. He's interested in Olivia. I did find it funny when Olivia was saying that, a condition I gave Tom was that, he's got to put some graft in and he's just at the gym. I thought it was brilliant. And look, just because I think Olivia's been so manipulative to get into this position with Tom, Chris, I am an absolute see you next Tuesday, but I cannot wait for this fallout. But I don't even know which way is Tom going to go, because Ellie is kind of giving him all the signals. She's different. When she speaks to Tom, she puts on that girly, gooey kind of tone of voice and everything. She's just different, flirting the fuck. And all he's doing is like, oh, fucking hell. When she's saying, we wouldn't be able to sleep in the community room because we'd be too loud and stuff. He's like, fucking hell. That's his chat. That is Tom's chat. Fucking hell. So, but, he seems to really like Sammie as well. So is he going to, because Sammie's got a whole pick of everyone, is he going to sort of see how that plays out and then maybe go with Ellie? But I'm sure when someone asked him, like, who he's interested in, he said Olivia and Sammie. And it's like, well, what's this thing with Ellie then? So, yeah, he is the flakiest of the flaky. Yeah,
big time, David. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, completely agree, Chris. And like I say, as much as I think a lot of it was set up, kind of can't wait for tomorrow now. So thank you very much, sir.
Right, big thanks to everybody as always. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. And if you do support us a little bit more, guys, get up to patreon.com/CD Realitycast. As always, please get onto Facebook. We're trying to get to 500 people over there. We really appreciate it. We're motoring along. People are joining every day. So thank you for taking up the challenge, guys. Chris and Dave's reality TV cast. And don't worry, everyone's set to approve so that we get the right people in our group and all you amazing people. And it's just been so much fun. So thank you so much, guys. So from myself, this is the roll call of honour. So today's roll call of honour is Cassie, Megan, Kate, Meggie, Kristen, Zoe, Gillian, Michelle, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Neve, Joanna, Libby, Katie, Dee Dee, Priscilla, Susan, Hennessy, Tracy, Lauren, Lucky Lily Green, and Ken Gustafson. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support. And it's time to go. So we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye now.